We're always dealing with this problem of there's not a lot of attention span, and people tend to always run out of time. So how do you craft a really short, brief, but really brilliant intro? What we do here, and we tend to like to say that we're using the science of persuasion and the art of storytelling. Here's the science part. Anybody have heard of somebody by the name of Robert Cialdini? This whole book and his whole work is about social influence. And there are 6 levers. I'll leave you to explore all the 6 levers. The one that we are going to use a lot in our intro is this, liking. As he defines it, liking can be physical attractiveness. We all like to look at beautiful, handsome people. Liking as in compliments. People tend to like to feel good about what they do or who they are. Or liking can also be similarity. The more someone is just like us, remind us of us, have something in common with us, the more we like them. I included in your folder an article actually published by a Kellogg professor talking about how hiring managers unintentionally look for candidates who reminds them of them. So the article is called Hireable Just Like Me. And you might think, like a lot of comments on the website, on her article's website, duh. Who doesn't know that? It might very well be true. That's very common knowledge, or maybe at least wisdom. But the key is, what do you do with that knowledge? So we know that we all like others who are like us, especially if in situations where you encounter people who make decisions that affect your life. So what we like to tend to think is that the more in your introductions that you can bring out, that you can highlight, that reminds your listeners and your audience of who they are, the more intrigued that they will become. The more likely they are going to like you, and the more likely they want to get to know you better. Very early on, I discovered that words are symbols. Words mean different things to different people. I used to do interview a lot because of my job, and I learned very quickly not to ever open or start an interview with, tell me about yourself, give me an introduction, or walk me through your resume, or some combination that is very open-ended. Because often what I get is 20 minutes worth of introductions, on and on and on and on and on and on and on. Because at that time I didn't appreciate this. I said, tell me about yourself. They heard it, they interpret it as, oh, she is asking me to tell her everything about me. And therefore, that 20-minute answer is just to one question that I thought was just an icebreaker. When you're asked that question, tell me about yourself. At least the person who asked the question, he or she really interpreted this statement as, tell me something about yourself that reminds me of me. Riddle soft.